Well, hello friends, welcome back to Commute Talk. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get worse at programming and some practical tips that you can use if you want to make crappier stuff and just get worse at programming in general, I guess. So the first tip I have is that you should always start any project by Googling and looking for existing solutions to your project or problem, right? That's the very first thing you should do, and just look at what's available and see all the features that they have. And if you find something, assuming that you do, which very often you will, just look at all the stuff that they already support in these projects. It's really good for breaking your motivation to build something, is just seeing that this thing is already there and they already got this far and look how long it took them and so on and so on. This is great. Another thing that's really good is making sure that whenever you are programming, that you're always checking on sites like Stack Overflow and things like that, and like staying on top of if there are any good like algorithms or data structures that you should be using for your thing. Like, don't waste any time thinking for yourself or trying to like apply your the tool set that you already have, but instead just always look to what's the conventional wisdom, or like what's the established way of doing XYZ that you want to do, right? And then just do that. That way you don't waste time on learning new stuff or experimenting, combining parts of your own toolkit, but you instead learn convention, which is great for rotting your own skills. And then what else? You should certainly look for libraries. Whenever there's any existing functionality that you want to use in your thing, make sure that you pull in like third-party libraries and just use them as much as possible. Like, I think modern web development is a great example of this, where people just take like all these components, like hundreds of them, even like these. It's kind of a joke, right? But like, is it in the NPM world where people put in like third-party frameworks to tell you if like numbers are even or odd, or booleans are true or false and stuff like that? It's truly a great model for becoming worse at programming, is just outsourcing even just basic stuff. And then I guess another tip would be that you should never ever put your code on the internet, because if there's a chance that other people might see your stuff, they might comment on it, and it might give you like another perspective on your code, and you probably don't want that, because it might cause you to want to change or improve something, or it might just give you some insight about yourself or your program or whatever. And if you want to stay where you are or get worse, listening to other people or like taking in outside perspectives is like a definite no-no. I guess the final tip that I can think of just off the top of my head is that when something kind of sort of works, like if you just get something to work, then don't think too much about it at that point, but just be happy that it's finished and stash it away somewhere on a floppy disk or whatever, and don't show it to anyone, because there's really no point in continuing to work on something once it satisfies the basic original requirement that you had for it. Like, continuing to iterate on something that kind of sort of works, that has too high of a chance to make you better at programming or to make your thing better. So stay away from that. I guess I'm out of ideas here, so I'm gonna stop. But those were just some tips for you. So thanks for hanging out with me on the commute, and I'll see you next time.